All right, this will be our last video for Unit 5 of Math Models. We're looking at Lesson 9, which is more about binomial probability. I'm not really sure why there's a separate lesson for all of this, but I'm going to go over a couple of them, but it's basically the same thing we did in Lesson 8. So if you go down, they're asking these in an even more simple way. A coin is tossed 10 times and came up 7 times. What's the probability of that occurring? So if you remember, we're looking for n, which in this case is the number of times something happens, k, which is the number of times we want it to happen, and then the probability, which is our p. So in this situation, we have a n of 10. So we're going to go back to the same calculator we were using, go down and do 10. K is 7. And the probability of a coin toss is 0.5. And we should know that times in this unit. Oops, 0.5. And then we hit calculate. And then it says, what's the probability of exactly 7? It says that. What's the probability of that happening? It's like, well, 7, not more or less, just exactly 7. So we get 0.1171. So I'm looking, oh, okay, they've rounded. But that's cool. We're just going to use common sense. 1171 rounded. The closest answer is going to be right here, 0.12. And that's how this works. So I'm just going to jump down and maybe one other one, but let's just talk through it. So again, we have a spinner with 5 equal spaces, A, B, C, D, and E. It's spun 10 times. That's going to be N. And a vowel comes up each time. Oh, so all 10 is going to be a success. So we're going to have 10 and do that. Let me go ahead and go enter that in. Let's just go and do 10 and 10. And then let's talk through what the probability is. So it says it wants a vowel. So we have A and E that are vowels out of these. So 2 out of the 5 are vowels, 2/5. So the probability of a vowel at this point is 0.4. So that's the p-value that we're going to use. Just to be clear, I'm saying, okay, I have 2 vowels out of 5, which makes 0.4. So that's going to be my p. And then we're going to calculate. So the probability of getting exactly 10 out of 10 is 0.000104. Okay, so lots of zeros here. It's in scientific notation, that's going to take 4 movements. So we're going to look for a -4. So we have a bunch of -4s, but 105 is the closest to 104. They've rounded up to 5, so 105. And so that's why we're going to choose this guy. And the rest of these are pretty much the same. You're going to need to make sure you have the correct probability. Let me just look down here. Yeah, I mean, let's just talk through this one as a random other example. So we have in the telemarketing industry, the success rate is 1 call in 100 resulting in a sale. So that's our P, 1 out of 100. A salesperson was able to make 7 sales, K, in 895 calls. That's my N. So we have all our values. We have 895 for N, 7 for K. Let's go ahead and do that next. 895. And what was it? You gotta go back and look. 7. But the probability was 1 out of 100. So you should know that, but 1 out of 100. Oops. Go to a new line. 1 out of 100 is 0.01. Takes a second. So we want to know the probability of making 7, exactly 7. So it's 0.1186. So I'm thinking right here we have 1, 2. They've rounded off. They've rounded off here and rounded because of the 8. They've rounded up this to 2. So just be aware of that. rounding stuff that's going to happen. But that's pretty much it in this whole section. And that gets us through the rest of the unit. So I will be looking over the practice test and test and sending some point your way. So hopefully this does help you guys. And